It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it's time for your favorite youth program, Rubbing Minds. My name is Isabella Akinsheye, and I'm filling in for Ebuka Obiochindu, who's unavoidably absent. So straight into the front page review, I have with me to discuss Boladale Adekoya, who's a social commentator. Boladale, welcome to Rubbing Minds.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
Yes, so much has been happening in the news this past week. I mean, from the fuel scarcity to the strike to Ese Oruru to the Agatu killings. I mean, what was that one thing that stood out for you in the news?
Well, I think I wanted to say one thing. I think it's a whole.
Oh, so many things.
Yeah, it's a whole lot on the humanitarian aspect, on the security aspect. I will take the one of Agatu, which is really devastating. And as a Nigerian that feels the plight, that have killed, that have spent hours in the queue on filling stations.
So first is Agatu.
First is Agatu for
and you know, the Inspector General of Police has said that some of the figures we're seeing in the media has been over-exaggerated. So maybe it's not as big as it's being portrayed. Do you agree?
But it's a pity that the IGP has also given us the accurate figure of the people massacred in Agatu. We've been seeing pictures, devastating ones, thought-provoking ones, and it is only fair that the IG, if it's discounting the figures final, it should give us what it feels is the accurate figure. From all indication, it shows that not just the police now, the military and also every security agencies in this country has failed the people of Agatu. If people can be massacred, if they can be murdered in their sleep, butchered, it is devastating. That it calls to question the security, the duties of the government in providing adequate security for the people.
Do you think this is an isolated case, or this is something that we're going to see for a long time? Because we have had the issue of the Fulani herdsmen going around, cattle rustlers, and sometimes having skirmishes, and sometimes they're having fights with the owners of the land.
To me, I don't think so. I think it's a pity the federal government has neglected or has ignored majorly most of the calls on the issue of Fulani herdsmen killing individuals, killing farm owners, killing residents in this country. Not just in the issue of Agatu now. Agatu now, I think this is not the climax of it. If you look at, I think it was last week. No, it was last month rather. There was a report in most of the international dailies that Fulani herdsmen are the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. So if these people, and for this year, for the last count for this year, they've killed more than ISIS, more than Boko Haram, and yet we are ignoring these perpetrators on the altar that they are innocent, that they are going about their daily lives. It's not done. You can't just go to a community.
So you're saying that the Fulani herdsmen should just stay in one place, but doesn't that go against the nomadic culture of going from arable free land here and there to be able to graze your pasture?
I will explain to you. I have a farmland. We are talking agriculture now. They're encouraging just to go into agriculture. I have a farm. I have like 2 acres. I've invested a lot of money in lettuce, in tomatoes, and the rest. And for like 6 or 7 months, the farm is coming up. The crops are coming up. Then all of a sudden, Fulani herdsman that wants to feed his cattle. But
they're not going to take your tomatoes and lettuce. They're just looking for grass, right?
No, when they get there, they are going to feed on my farm plants. Okay, let's say I have a maize. They are going to feed on the maize, and they're also going to destroy the crops in the process of moving.
So what's the way forward? Just for them to have their own land and stick to it?
The way forward is,
or to take permission from you?
No, they can't take permission from me. There is no way you can come to my land. I will give you permission to feed on my farm produce. It's not done. We've been advocating that they should have grazing. Let's provide areas where these people can feed, where the cattle can feed. But till now, I think it is important for us to remove, because there is a culture that is presently going on. If you approach an herdsman and you tell him you are on my farmland, you have to move. He will tell you that the cattle have to leave, and this is Nigeria. You should have a demarcation of, you cannot come to Ondo, Akuda, go to Enugu, and feed on farmland. Even in the north, you can't. There is no way you can go to Andaman. If you want to feed your farm, go grow their food.
Okay.
So it's not done, and they are killing people for it. You go to you tell me because I'm going to chase away your cattle, I come back in the night and kill my family.
So definitely something that the government needs to address to find a lasting solution. Of if not, we can see more of agatu happening in other parts of the country. Now you mentioned something, the fuel scarcity. Like, how did you get here? Like, has it bitten you that hard?
Well, maybe I would have preferred if you asked me this question like 3 days ago.
Okay, so it's better now, right?
Let me. I've been able to get a black market for 200.
200 naira per liter.
I think I got that yesterday night around 6 o'clock. The issue
is there an end in sight for this fuel scarcity? Because I'm sure on the program we have discussed fuel scarcity up to 3-4 times since the beginning of this year. Is this going to be a monthly occurrence, or is it something that the subsidy is playing into? Maybe the marketers just need to get their act together. The
issue is this. Presently, the issue of fuel scarcity is not what myself can comment on. You know why I said I won't comment on this is this. There are a lot of problems in the downstream sectors.
Yes.
And there are a lot of problems that is mitigating against we have in fuel supply. Either the NNPC, like first, the major one now that we know, because when you approach marketers or filling station operators, what they tell you is this: we get fuel from depot at over 100 naira per liter.
So we cannot afford.
So we cannot afford to sell.
86 naira, this is 50 kobo. That's the official rate. And you know, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Ebuka said during his trip to the east, they were selling at 120 or 130 naira, and they didn't have queues. So maybe that's the real price where market forces come into play.
Now the issue is this. NNPC will supply the NNPC stations. Oando and the rest, their service centers, which are the key ones, not the franchise ones. The key ones will get fuel also, because they also get fuel from NNPC. Now those ones, the private ones, which are the ones in the major cities and major towns, those ones they can't access the one of NNPC. They need to buy from the private depot. And when you get to private depot, you sell between 105 to 110 per liter. And the federal government is now telling them, is mandating them to sell at 86 naira, at 87 naira per liter.
86 naira 50 kobo. Okay, let's move on.
People ask questions.
Kind of related to fuel, because if you are in Nigeria, a lot of you use generators. I know I use a generator. I'm sure you have a generator and you use fuel in the generator. And now there was the blackout, which the federal government did apologize, for the lack of power. So there are a lot of problems like stemming from the unavailability of the product.
Yeah, you see, the problem is this. When someone, let me start from the apology. When someone is telling you, I apologize, Nigerians don't care. I don't care.
So you don't want an apology?
I don't want an apology. I want that problem solved.
But is it not going to take time for the problem to be
solved? This is the government that has been giving one excuse or the other on every issue in Nigeria. Is that you are blaming Jonathan? Is that you are blaming PDP? Is that you are blaming God? Is that you even blame God? Is that you are blaming Boko Haram? Is that you are... See, we don't want... The reason why people voted for change is because they need someone to perform, not someone to give excuse.
Change.